So I'm around 20 or so subs late on this video. This is supposed to be the 300 sub video. Thank you guys so much for subbing to the channel. I really appreciate it. If you're unfamiliar with these types of videos, what I do is I usually train. I work out a lot. And one of the things I do is train, and then when I'm done, I come down and just talk to you guys without another story or anything else like that, and just show nothing but gratitude and appreciation for the 300, and I think we're at like 320 right now, or so you who've said, yeah, I'm gonna subscribe to your channel, because a gigantic channel isn't gonna do anything like that. And I think that's the best way to become a gigantic channel. I don't know why you sub, but you do, and many of you interact, many of you talk, many of you give me thumbs up, and you can at least and I assume you can at least appreciate where my content and my position comes from, and in some way maybe even relate. So thank you to no end. I've actually done this video like 3 or 4 times, but okay, so check this out. This is my Fitbit, right? Oh, there we go. Nice and on in there. Yeah, I'm at like 109 as far as heart rate goes. And I usually, like I said, I usually do these after workout, but listening to my Fitbit said, well, you're in good shape, but if you intensify your workouts, you could be in better shape. So I was like, okay. And I would do videos. I would be trying to do videos with a heart rate at like 145. And at that point, the adrenaline is just kicking so hard, and my mind is going 1,000,003 different places, that I'll make just a 7-minute video that's nothing but pure rambling, and I don't want to do that. As far as things personally, well, I'm still working. I love my job. I love the people at my job. I'm not a particular fan of the pay, but I believe it's important to compartmentalize such things and be grateful for the opportunities and the positions that you are given, that you got. When it comes to, the family, I'm just done with them. As far as what my father made. Because if you're unfamiliar with my story, and I don't know how you could be, but I mean, if you're like a longtime sub, or if you came over from the official elected official channel, there's a lot of history there, and I basically gave up a really lucrative life in California at the behest of my father to come back here and look after a mother in a time and a situation that I wasn't quite prepared for, because I was ready to build my own. And unfortunately, I believe in this thing called honor. Like honor and integrity is something my dad really kicked into the back of my head, I guess. You got to do the right thing. You got to do the honorable thing, which is why he knew he could ask me to come home. And in a lot of ways, when it came to what happened with my mom, I wasn't prepared for it. I really wasn't. Because I was doing my own thing. I mean, they made it clear that, these people don't really care about me. They don't give a shit about me. Fuck them. So I left. I was in California. I was doing great. 80,000 a year, guys. That's like, oh, come on home. Shit. You know what the fucked up part is? Is that, being here, I haven't been able to legitimately muster up more than about 30, 40 grand a year, which sucks, because that's definitely not 80. And it's been a bunch of dicks. A lot of things, namely, credit and shit, take hits. But me being the resourceful and charming individual that I am, I'm always able to maintain and keep going. But it's still I guess it still rubs me a bit of the wrong way. And then to see what came of New Jersey, my home state, after coming back, and seeing how the systems here are just so fucked up, man. I'm not supposed to say that in the YouTube video or anything like that, but I'm 4 minutes deep. It's jacked up what they did to us. There's this post that I commented on a page where he's like, yeah, man, you can go down to City Hall. If you got a record, you can get a job. But if you don't have to have a record, it's like yeah, we definitely wasn't. And we like, oh, if you don't have a record, then there's nothing that they can do for you. Let me explain. Like it's purposely set out that way. You're supposed to go to jail, American. You're supposed to be in jail. You're supposed to get locked up. That's how you pay off, your debt. And then you come on out and they'll have some kind of decent pay waiting for you. And then there's this real like crazy mindset. It's like, oh well, if you've never been to jail, then you got it easier than those guys. Are you kidding me? Nah, bruh. Nah, if you don't go to these, that's like conventional wisdom that doesn't stand up to critical thought. But you know what does stand up to critical thought? Because I've been thinking about it, man. I've been doing a lot of thinking. I'm on this platform, YouTube, and Steven Crowder just showed how Tulsi Gabbard got pushed down in the algorithm when Hillary Clinton started popping off. And it's just like, you know who runs YouTube right now? Susan Wojcicki. You know who runs GQ right now? It's probably some chick. Like, and I hate to be so, like, I'm not trying to paint a broad brush. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of women who, can conceptualize and actually have a true sense of what honor and integrity is. I support Tulsi, right? So I feel like she's a perfect example. But for a vast majority, I think for the whole of femininity, the concept of responsibility, accountability, and honor and integrity, it's not a part of that biological makeup. Initially, I think it's something that is to be nurtured in. I think that's nurture, not nature for the female. I think honor and integrity is nature for the male. It's just been after 40, 50 years and generations of brainwashed morons running around. How do you undo that type of brainwashing? Particularly amongst the male demographic, who is like, oh yeah, the more who have been taught that the more feminine that they are, the better that it is. And it's like, nah, bruh, that's what's made it so. That's what's actually destroyed our families. The over femininity is what's destroyed our families, man. Like, I got this situation right now with my sister. Like, yo, she has like 10 grand of mine, and from the house sale, right? Because we were supposed to go half on that house. Brother, sister, we supposed to go half on that house. I have half of the money in the house. Now, she gave me a portion, right? But then there's this other 10 grand. And she's like, oh, well, I gotta do all this charging, and, I did all this tolls and stuff like that. And I'm like, and honestly, I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with the fact that she doesn't tell me about it. She's just like, yeah, I'm gonna take this money from you, when she herself got a whole half of a house and made hella cash over the past, during the same span of time, where let's say I made about 100 grand, 5 years, 20 grand a piece, 100 grand. She makes 60 grand a year, right? So you made well over that, well over $250,000. And you're like, oh yeah, I still need to hit you up for this? So I told her straight up, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have to take it. You know what? Cut me whatever check you want. We'll settle it in civil. If it's something I can't agree, if it's something where I feel like, yo, I'm really being shorted, I will handle it in civil, man. Because this is ridiculous. Like that, I feel like that's real ridiculous. But that's what my life is right now, man. Just dealing with shit. Dealing with things that I don't particularly want to deal with, but kind of have to, because, your boy ain't going to be disrespected out here in these streets. And this is coming from somebody who I spent years trying to build a relationship with. Now that I was like, yo, before our parents die, let's build this relationship before our parents die, because when they're dead, I'm not gonna want it. And she was like, oh, yeah, sure, whatever. And then she's like, oh yeah, I want to build this relationship. Fuck you. Yo, no, that's not how it worked. I told you then, you didn't want to bother. Now I don't want to be bothered. I just want my money, and that's it. I think, is that the only thing keeping me in Jersey right now? It's an anchor. It's a fucking anchor. But the problem is, I don't know where to go after here. I don't know where to go next. One of the reasons I like doing these videos at a lake, right, is because to me, in a way, you gotta, if you want to catch a guppy, you gotta fish in guppy in rivers. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to catch a whiting, you gotta fish in whitings. If you want to catch a salmon, you gotta fish in the stream, right? So the deal is that when it comes to the type of life that you want to build for yourself, and particularly the type of woman that you want to build that life for yourself with, you know, like where are any good streams at, man? Like I got friends who like, man, you know what? Just take it out of the country, man. Go across it. But I don't. That's the honor and integrity thing coming back to bite me in the ass because of all over the world, all over the country. You know, all these places I've been, all these adventures I've had. Right. This is home, and there's something about fighting for home that, once again, is honorable. Oh, we just don't live in those times anymore. We really don't. And it's sad. Because, like, I just, like, that's what I was taught to do. That's who I was raised to be. A good man. Or try to be a good man. That's one of the reasons I kowtowed to a lot of my mother's demands when she was alive. Even though I did my best to warn her, but I gave her all these different, like, look, if you do that, that's not going to work. And she'd ignore me. So, you know, once you ignore me, like, why am I going to continue to, like, I knew you wasn't, like, yo, your pops. And the same thing with, you know, my sisters, my biological sisters. Like, yo, you're not my rib. You're not my responsibility. You a pop's responsibility. Now look at y'all, fucking spinsters and shit. With no fucking men in your lives. And the reason being is because, yo, you're awful. Like, you're fucking awful. like, yo, like, I mean, I hate to, like, yo, but it's just, but that's not, it's really not their fault, because that's just how America designed them to be. You know, all these black women sitting here talking about, oh, Trump made me fat, and, like, yo, I love my channel, I really do. Like, I really do. But, yeah, man. It's like, yo, you're kind of designed to be this awful when, you know, like, the media has done anything but crap on black women. They always sit there and pump y'all up, from 227 to Hattie McDaniels to all these other, you know, like, y'all sit here, like, you just keep complaining. You're complaining for the sake of complaining, man. So, with that being said, man, I just want to say thank you once again to the 300 of you, the 320 plus of you who've come on board. I wasn't expecting all that, but it is what it is. Just enjoying being alive, you know, working out, taking care of self, trying to start to eat right, because that's definitely a thing. There's quite a few habits that I got to get rid of, but yeah, man. I want to really have a meaty conversation with you guys about things that's going on with me, the person that, you know, you sub to. And thank you once again for taking some time out, you know, and watching the vids, because it blows my mind. Like people who get those 1,000, like there's some people who in 2 minutes get 900 and some change views. Like, you know, you look at a video and it's like, oh, 14,000 views in 52 seconds. Like, wow, cool. I'm struggling for the 5, man. I'm struggling for the 5. Oh man, well, it's all good because you guys come and you guys comment and you make me feel, and I really appreciate having my back in a lot of situations. So thanks, guys. I'm gonna have content coming out later on today. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe I should take the day off. I'm not sure. But I can't take the day off because when I see a story and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna read this story anyway. That's kind of like the basis of my content, is that I'm just checking out, reading through stories. Holy shit, who said what? Well, I gotta talk about this, and that's a lot of my content. Or, you know, you guys send me stuff, which I appreciate, but, you know, at the same time, I don't like to stay on Facebook and Twitter like that, so it is what it is. So, with that being said, all the internet stuff, like it if you liked it, dislike it, because I'm not scared of you. I'm just enjoying life. It feels so damn good out here, you know. It rained yesterday, and it feels amazing out here. So, like it if you liked it, dislike if you feel the need to do that too. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice. And you're not going to get videos like this every day because it's a sub special, and a lot of people don't watch these. But to those who do, God bless, and I appreciate you. And sub, speak, not share, because sharing is caring, and YouTube, BitChute, and the like. Yeah, you know, I'm a heterosexual black man, so they definitely don't want to hear what I gotta say. And speak. Let me know, what do you think in the comments about anything that I talked about in this video. This really is just my subspecial. This is how I say thank you. Come out and enjoy nature and get in all that good air and just work out and feel good, feel amazing. And I like sharing that with you guys, particularly once we reach thresholds. So with that being said, till the next one.